the live chat room alerts. This will be equity alerts all day. So if you're an equities trader, that's what you want to be watching. Here will be options ideas below that. So watch this area or this area in the morning. Live chat room questions is just questions from members. If you are new to the chat, you got to go to email check and just put in the PayPal email you used so that we can verify, you're supposed to be here. Otherwise, you're going to be removed fairly quick. So make sure that you do put your email check there today. If you haven't already, if you have, then it's all here from the past. You can't see the history, only I can. So just notable in that regard. Anywho, let's go through everything today. So a couple things that I'm going to be watching. I'm going to bring back up the Discord right here. A couple things I'm going to be watching today. Pre-market tickers on watch. You can see that I'm going to be watching, VXXX out the gate, CDNS, TLROI, LogiCat, MMM. So few earnings plays, gapping up, gapping down. Aside from the market that did break the 273.50 spot, which is a big resistance break to the downside, which we talked about. I would expect a retest on the open fairly quick. I wouldn't say 273. I'd say maybe 272.50 area, a little bit of a pop, and then a sell off. The market itself, let's just take a look so I can show you this, and I'll go through the SPY. The market itself, obviously you can see bear flag, did break down. It broke the range to the downside, and now we got this 272.20 area that is a little bit of support. I would expect we should retest that spot on the open. If we cannot get back above it, we got more downside to test that 270.52 today. That would not surprise me. That's basically what I'll be looking for in that regard. The VXX will get a pop if the market does sell off. I'm looking for a pop on the SPY early on, and then that will cause the VXXX to pull. Watch this range, pull back to this area there. If this holds up that range, that means this resistance will be holding up, and you can see a pop off of it. So that's what I'm going to be looking for on VXX. CDNS. CDNS raises F18 guidance, rev and EPS. This is probably the best looking earnings reporting today. There's nothing really better than it out there. Oops, there we go. Okay, so what I'll be looking for on this thing is I think you will get a pullback. It's been beaten down into earnings like crazy, but I still do think you're going to get a slight little pullback in the morning, and I think we can take opportunity of that. I think people are going to be leaning into whatever's strong, all the bulls, so to speak. So watch for this thing to pull back on the daily towards this 43.42, which is the 50 EMA, and then there's a little bit of range support there, 43.58. If that does not hold, watch for a pullback towards that 42.50. These are two support areas. Wait for basic and actually to hold. If it does, then it can pop back towards the 44.45 level. Pulls back to 42.50, same concept. Look for that support to hold, then you got to put a 1.5 of room to the upside. So a couple different support areas there. If it's able to get through that 45.10 to the upside, 45.50, it's got room. I like how this one's sitting on the support, so I'm going to be watching early on to see if the support holds up so we can grab some. So CDNS, VXXX. A couple other ones I want to go through. Tilray, which is great. Tilray selling off towards the 103 level, which is the only support that it has on the daily. If that breaks, it's going to be off a cliff. Expect them to defend the heck out of this level, but if it does break, you got room. So this 103, basically 103.40 level, that's your support. If you get through there, you're going into the 90s again. And I also want to bring up just this one. We talked about this yesterday, and I said it had room to $4. Watch for the the $5 puts to the downside. Those will be up nicely. Then the BEV breaks $4. It goes to $3.90. So just a side note for the smaller people, they want to play the smaller side of the marijuana stocks. But anywho, So watch this 103 spot. If that 103 breaks, again, you got room to about 96 bucks. If it holds up, I would expect a bounce towards the 113 area. There you go. That 113 spot. Not really liking the look of Tilray, but when it does hold support, it tends to bounce like crazy. So just be aware of that. 103 is your big support right now. If you swung puts on Tilray, definitely be taking half into the open there. Logi earnings came out. Guidance was in line, but on the lower end. So precursor for continuation of the sell-off, especially with a weak market. A little bit of support there, 35.23. I think that this thing is kind of sold off too much, to be quite honest. I'll be watching for that 35.23 to be tested on the open. If it holds, you'll see a little bit of a bounce towards the 37 spot right here, 37.24-ish. It's got room to bounce, so watch that 35.23. Pull into that would be, bullish if it holds up, and then you can take it long. There's a little bit of resistance at 36.52. Popped it there in the morning. If it can't get through it, probably get a pullback. But I'm thinking that this thing is a good one to take off of the pullback there in that 35 area. So screenshot these ones, and we'll move to the next. Last two, looking at our CAT and MMM. So CAT had an earnings beat, but the guidance was just reaffirmed. They're expecting better than that for the push. I think opportunity in CAT on this big pullback. This is the area of support right down here. Let me show you. So you have some support at the zoom up a little bit. 119 spot. If that breaks, 116, 40. Watch these areas for some sort of basing to occur. If it starts to bounce, it's going to have a little bit of room to bounce. I don't think that this will stay long. I think you will see some basing around that 116 to grab it long. So watch for that 116.40 level to hold, and you'll get a bounce back into the 120s. MMM, guidance lower for F18, which very bearish. Big thing about this is, what do you see on the daily, guys? You see a massive bear flag. Extremely ugly chart now. The fact that they lowered guidance is not good. You're going to see this thing break down for multiple days. You have this little support right here. This, oops. Let me just zoom up so you can see it. 188.71. If that breaks, you're really off a cliff. I mean, there's nothing there. You got room to the next range. I mean, there's a tiny little bit of support, 186 and maybe even 181. But other than that, it should be continuation all day. Any sort of bounce towards the 193 or the 196 area between those two resistance points, look for topping and then short it back down. You can see it's at the support right now. It's trying to hold between it. Those break, though, you're going to be below 180. Pop back towards 194, 196 area. Look for topping and then take it short. Of course, we're leaning bearish on the market today, but let's go through everything. Let's chat. Guys, remember, if you're new, please write your emails in the email check spot. Thank you. Because I will be going through and removing people this morning. I've been pretty nice with that. SPY. So SPY on the daily, we already know. We broke the, let me do this. Do daily and then throw SPY up on the hourly as well. This paints the picture. So SPY on the daily, you can see that obviously we broke the bear flag to the downside. You can see that we're testing the bottom of the range. We will be testing it on the open. Watch for the pull towards that 270.50 spot, which is right there, or 270.47, 270.42, right there. If we're unable to hold this range, it's a big, strong range support. I mean, you got range there, and you got a little bit here, but there, obviously, as well. If you're unable to hold this area, we're going to break down. I expect the SPY is going to bounce a little bit in the morning towards that 272.35, 272.50 area. Retest that. If we can't get above it, then, you know, obviously we'll get continuation to the downside. Ugly looking daily chart. I mean, there's no question. It's ugly, ugly, ugly. If you take a look at the weekly, this is what I like to check. That 50 EMA break was huge. You got to be checking the weekly channels as well. And you can see that the weekly channel is breaking to the downside, which is very bearish. Not good for the market whatsoever. Watch this area, this, again, 272 area. If we're unable to reclaim, that's, you know, huge deal. That can confirm that we will be breaking down in the shorter to longer term. So watch the SPY here, 272.50 area. That 272, you know, 272.70, 272.80 is the huge spot. If we do not reclaim that, you better believe we're going lower for days and days. So 270.50 range support, 270. Let's go. We'll leave it at 273. 273 resistance to the upside. A little bit of a range that we're pinned within, but we'll see what happens. I expect a little bit of a bounce and then a most likely sell off the rest of the day. So SPY, yeah. Let's take a look at Apple, Amazon. Apple breaking the 50 EMA on the daily to the downside at 217.56. Watch for a pullback towards this level on the open. That, whoops, that should be a little bit lower. So you got the 215.40 support. If that breaks, you got a pullback towards this level. 214.08. That's your support area. Obviously, if that doesn't hold, you know, you got these little 213 and then 212.12 areas of support. So watch for a retest of these things on the open. That's your support levels. If they do not hold, you know, you'll break down. If they do hold, you can see a bounce back towards that 50 EMA on the daily. That's going to be a huge line in the sand for today. If you do retest that area,
not too good,
and you're unable to get back above it, you'll see continuation to the downside.
I was
simple as that.
Doing good.
215.40 is going to be the retest the support on the open.
And
had for the bounce towards 217.50. Again, I'm thinking, you know, we'll
last Monday and Tuesday
market on the open, but
doing stupid shit.
Apple. So there you go. Amazon. Let's take a look. 1755. Okay. Little support there, a little bit of resistance there. You're pinned between two areas right now. If that 1752 breaks, you got room to 1738. If 1764 breaks to the upside, well, we got quite a bit of room actually to push. 1795 really is where you got room to. Let's go with actually the 4 EMA. So you're pinned between a range. I don't expect Amazon to move too much, but you know, 1752 breaks, you got about 12 points of room to the downside. If 1765 breaks, you can push up quite a bit to 1785. Expect it to follow suit with the Amazon, but to have less range than usual just because earnings are coming out. They're going to hold it fairly steady like Beth talked about. I can't see them really moving in. Facebook should go towards 160 in my opinion. Let's just take a look at the stock, or 150 I should say. So range breaks, just like the market. You got room towards the 150 level again on the daily. So 150.38, there we go. So watch for Facebook to pull back this morning. This if it does pop towards 150, 350, 154 level, look for topping and then pull it back down. Same thing as the rest of the FANG, pops and pulls on the open. Wait for topping to occur before you take it.
Yeah, I'm paper trading.
If it does pop on the open.
Morning, Ricardo.
Let's go through Netflix. Netflix breaking down below the 320 spot, which we know, well, 319 actually is the area of support. If that breaks, obviously 316 will be retested, and then you got a little bit of room to 311. If you reclaim that 320 on the open, the area of resistance will be at 323. You get above there, 327 is the next resistance level. Where is it? Oh, no, sorry, 326. So you type wedge on Netflix. Netflix has been beaten down. So watch the pull towards that 316 if it's unable to get above the 323 resistance on the open. Not liking the tape on it, but again, I think, you will see a little bit of a bounce on the SPY this morning. So we'll see how much of a bounce occurs and whether or not it holds. That's Netflix. And let's go through the next one. Google. Google. So
yeah,
Google,
this is my mentor, Adrian. This is Spartan Trading.
For some reason, this one
I'm studying.
Holding up. Again, you got earnings coming out on Thursday there. So watch the 1087 support area. If that breaks, you got about 10 points of room to 1074. I don't expect it to go lower than that area. If it's able to hold that area, it will push back towards the 1100s. Not much range to be playing with on Google. I'd probably avoid this one altogether. Pretty tight, but watch for a little bit of pop. If it's unable to get above that 1100, you'll pull back towards the 1087, and if that breaks, 1072 area. So that's Google, and let's just do this. Yeah, most likely BD. We'll see. I'm going to see what the market does. I don't have many, just a few.
He's the best trader I've ever seen. That's teaching. Got 15 years experience.
Let me just.
It's not
there, and then I'm going to hand it over to South Beach. He'll give you his thoughts.
It's not a terribly complicated strategy.
Questions on everything.
Not sophisticated. But it does take. It took me a while to figure it out, and I'm still struggling with it a bit.
Give us your thoughts. Then we'll go from there.
Okay, thanks. Okay.
But the hardest part for me has been entries. Once I'm in a trade, it's super easy.
I thought it would. I told you guys you can't buy anything till November 6th.
I have not heard of Brian B. Kim.
Hold up because foreign markets were too soft and the divergence was too much.
Well, his course, he'll teach you the EMAs and support and resistance lines and
pretty much
how to play.
Most of the stuff I said was
like options, and he's got an entire. He does webinars every other Saturday.
I told you pre-opening,
and he records them and uploads them to his website. So
interest rate situation.
The course has like
sort of played out
40 videos that can be anywhere from 45 minutes to
position-wise,
an hour and a half to 2 hours long. So there's a ton of content there to learn from. And then the course, you can join his webinars every Saturday and ask him questions and stuff, and you can also ask him questions anytime on Discord. That's one thing that I was really impressed with, is he's always answering questions. He's always talking to people. He's not one of those guys that you just can't reach or doesn't answer you. I've seen him up at like 12 o'clock at night.
It means that Fed
answering questions.
Chairman Powell his head up his ass.
So
I told you he was wrong because the way the cyclicals were reporting,
his engagement's fantastic,
pretty bad.
And then the other thing he sells is the chat room, which is what you're watching right now. This is $200 a month. I think the discount.
Why are they doing poorly?
I think there's a 10% discount.
One of the main things they said in the conference call.
There's discounts in the description below of the video,
currency,
but
which I've mentioned to you before.
The chat room is basically him commentating live, and you watch his tickers and watch lists. And then you also have South Beach, which is this dude. South Beach is a 20-year trader, and he used to run a hedge fund. He's a macro trader. He's like a block trader, like a big time. One of those guys that's got mad money. So it's interesting to hear his commentary. He's always in.
And a recession usually doesn't come for 18 months to 2 years after the curve inverts. So
voice chat, and then there's also Beth that you'll see on mic too, who is a 30-year options trader and used to run a hedge fund.
So that's his problem, right? Let's talk about China. Let's talk about November 6th and then China. November 6th is the big day with the election. It seems to me that
I like that really strategy, traders. I like
otherwise they wouldn't have
sorting at resistance on the retest.
This tax cut to middle class nonsense. They know they can't get it through. The deficit's too big. So why they did it is probably to increase their votes in the midterms. So I think that right now they're not very comfortable, and that's why they're doing this shit. If the Democrats won both houses, get the hell out of Dodge, okay? That would be a real big problem. And I wouldn't be surprised after the Mueller thing, no matter what he says, is they would just start some impeachment type of situation just to screw with the Republicans, okay? Not that they have any evidence. We'll see what Mueller has, but he's working so hard for so long that he's got to have something. Is it criminal? Is it enough to get, a change of office? I don't know. So let's talk about what we're seeing now in the market, okay? My only long is Caesar calls. It was recommended today, half-assed wise by Morgan Stanley. Everything else is kind of sort of short, but I don't have a lot. Volatility. Now the volatility in the market's up. So when you're trading and the volatility is up, you have to reduce your size because you can make the same amount or lose the same amount with a lot less shares. So if you're a 1,000 share trader, my advice to you is to become a 300 share trader. If you're a 3,000 share trader, go down to 1,000. Do not trade your normal size when the volatility is up. Okay, that's a big mistake. Where to look for a rally today? I would say the best place to look is probably things that aren't affected by the dollar. If your company is a big exporter, my guess is that it's going to have a lousy few days. If your company is got pricing power and or does not do business in China, I think that the opportunities there for some kind of bounce are better, like Microsoft, for argument's sake. Some place that has pricing power, some companies that don't have, even though they ship all over, they have pricing power, so they can kind of sort of work around it. On companies that are domestic, like a McDonald's, which is more domestic, which had good earnings. How do you know when this thing is over? Well, there's a few things to know. Number one, I keep going back to that November 6th stuff, okay? By the way, I always say you can ask me questions in the chat. I see your question, Jen Fizz. I'll get to it in a minute. November 6th is probably...
I haven't decided yet, Adrian. I've got a lot of other shit that I'm dealing with.
But let's just say there was no November 6th coming, okay?
I'm really not all the way there right now on trading.
You
I've
gotta
got
look at
other
the VIX,
stuff happening in my life that I
If that trades
need
with
to
a 4
handle.
in front of it, my guess is you're coming to an end of the bear move.
And I also need to get back to making dedicated videos. So we'll see how it goes today.
Holding steady.
I probably won't stream all day, but I might stream till like 11:30.
Stocks are pretty cheap.
I have not heard of Francis Cunt.
I think that
I will be streaming tomorrow though, and Spartan will be hosted at 1 p.m. tomorrow.
I think the Fangs would be a group that you could probably
Eastern Standard Time.
Okay, they don't have a lot of employees. They are mostly domestic. They have pricing power, etc., etc. So those kinds of stocks would be probably the best stocks to grab on a rally. One of the stocks that concerns me today is this Waters Corp. To me, that is a telltale stock for the biotech group because they can't do business. I mean, they can't spend money on research and development without giving those guys business, and they missed. Illman Alumina reports later today. My guess is if they're both bad, then the biotechs are going to be bad for a while. That's my thinking on that. Caesars is a stock unto itself, so I wouldn't be concerned with that so much. We'll see how that trades. That's based upon an individual stepping up to the plate. Semiconductors. I think that the semiconductor group is in the sights of China, so I don't like that group, and I wouldn't be my favorite to buy. Regarding China, there was an interview last night. I think it was Hasbro, and he said he's moving his manufacturing out of China into Vietnam. The longer this thing goes on, the more difficult it is going to be to get out of it, because as companies move out of China into other places, once you move, they're not going back to China. Okay, so based upon that, it behooves China to put an end to this as fast as possible, because they're going to lose a lot of jobs, and their economy, no matter what nonsense they're spewing regarding yesterday, which was really silly, they're going to back domestic companies. Things there are really bad. They have $6 trillion in debt. I mean, they could probably endure more pain than we can, only because they're starting at a lower point and the people aren't used to the luxuries that we have over here. But things there are not good, and they are the second biggest economy, soon to be the biggest economy, and they are going to, if they catch a cold, basically, it will affect the rest of the world. So if these companies leave China, they're not going back. And so it behooves them to, as much as they say no, 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 to put an end to this as fast as possible. But they will wait until after the November election to see if they can get some kind of upper hand. Anyway, what else? Let me look at some of your questions. Vietnam is seen as the new China. Yes, Barney, I agree with you. Would I buy Bank America? You don't buy banks when interest rates are going down, Ozzy. Okay? If you like the dividend and you're willing to hold it for a year or two, sure, go ahead. We'll make money. Marvell. Is it going to be taken over someday? Yeah, Jen, because I do think it will be taken over one day. Got no idea when. Probably sooner than later, if I'm going to guess. But I don't know when. Caesars is, teed up. But, unless this VIX starts, it's up 4. Okay, fine. It's up a lot. But it could go up a lot more.
South Beach is on mic.
You gotta wait for panic, okay? I mean, other markets like, let's see. Look how much they're down for the year. Let's take China out of the equation, okay? Hong Kong is down 10%. Germany's down 2%. Britain's down 7% for the year. We're up on 7% on the S&P and 13% on the NASDAQ. We're out shining everybody. I think we should be better than everybody, but maybe not by that extent. So I'm not really keen on buying the market here, to be honest with you. I'm going to let this play out. Does BA move in sympathy with Lockheed Martin? BA moves more, even though they're a huge defense company, they move more with commercial aircraft. And they're a huge exporter, as is LMT, but it's kind of sort of different. The government basically determines what LMT can sell, and Boeing, most of the, a lot of their business is commercial, so they determine how they can sell. So I kind of look at them differently, but I can see why you would ask the question, Raj. But I would look at Boeing more in line with Deere and Cat, to be honest with you. Okay, and I think yesterday when Kimberly-Clark said their China business was down something like 17%, I think that there's a concerted effort amongst the Chinese to not buy American. And even if it represents only a small part of a company's business, let's say 12%, if you lose 17% of the business on 15%, that's like 2% of your gross sales. 2% of your gross sales, the way the margins work, I mean, if your fixed costs are X, and, sometimes that extra 2% means a lot more than you think as far as the earnings are concerned, a la what happened to Kimberly yesterday and what's happening to, what's it called today? Cat, I think it is. Is Cat the one getting murdered? Hold on. Triple M and Cat. So anyway, that's the thinking on that. This is not the time to pick bottoms, guys. All right. What you should do is make a list of the stocks you like, see how they act, see how
Copper. We're listening to. This is currently South Beach. He's a 30-year
when you say leave China,
macro trader and used to run a hedge fund. He's a
like
block trader, a big
China to go to Vietnam.
Big money trader. He's inside the Spartan trading community.
A ton of people. The main
I'm currently hosting Spartan trading stream.
People to get up in the morning and go to work. That's why China is doing so much better than other what were third world countries. Like, let's look at the Middle East. People get up there in the morning and got nowhere to go. That's why they're so pissed off. All right, Chinese people, get up in the morning and
I had my volume off. Was anybody talking?
If these companies are leaving China, then they better steal a lot faster than they're stealing and start industries to compete with ours, because a lot of people are going to get up in the morning with nowhere to go. And when that happens, people get pissed. And when that happens, there's, a lot of unrest. That's the last thing they want. So they see what's going on as well. And we'll see what happens with that. So the things I would focus on this morning would be the VIX, right? That would be the main thing. Look for panic in the VIX. If you feel panic, then probably a decent time to buy. I wouldn't buy interest sensitive stocks, okay? Interest rates right now, the perception has changed from interest rates going up and yield curve steepening to a flat yield curve, possibly an inverted yield curve, and only one more hike. Okay, so it takes time for people to get out of their positions, especially institutions. They can't get out like you and I can get out in 5 minutes. Okay, so I do like Brazil. That's one area that I really like. I think that, I've told you guys a million times, change of government is what the government does is the most important thing. If they get a guy in office, and it looks like they will, that's pro-business, that's a country that has a long runway ahead of it. And I think PBR and Vale could be good stocks to own. I see PBR was upgraded by Morgan Stanley this morning. He's very late. When analysts are late, I figure they don't know what they're doing, but nevertheless, he did upgrade it. Let me see if there's any more questions. I'd watch the volume today. The bigger the volume, the closer we are to a bottom. And what else? Any other questions? I tried to give a pretty good synopsis of what's going on. Let Spartan lead you in the individual stocks. And I'm going to stress one more time, guys. You have to reduce your size when volatility goes up. Okay, you work too hard. You're up, you know, $1,000 today, $3,000, $2,000, whatever the hell you're up. I don't want to see you lose $10,000 today because you wanted to take a shot in the stock and it didn't work out. So when the volatility's up, reduce your size. That's really important. Okay. And if you can use options where you know your risk. Okay. I'm not a big option guy. I like to trade equities better. I don't know why. I guess because they're, the bid ask is closer together generally. But, you know, like I have Caesar's calls because I felt that the market was going to be crappy. So I wanted to know I'm willing to risk X amount of dollars to make my play. And what else? Like in pizza, I have calls, but I didn't like the way the stock acted, so I shorted the stock against the calls. Everything else, I got nothing here, you know, on the long side, and I'm pretty comfortable. I'm flat and nervous. Okay, that's the kind of market we're in. So, anything else? No, I don't. Okay, so unless someone's going to write something, I'm going to give it back to Spartan. Okay. Okay, guys, it's up to Spartan. Do your thing, buddy. And guys, don't buy too quickly here. This is a really shitty spot, and earnings are coming in really shitty, and they're going to continue to be really shitty. And then we have the election. This is not the time to play.
Much better.
You know, on the long side anyway. And so,
I can't sync multiple windows, which is annoying.
Okay? Thanks, Bob.
Hey, guys. All right, so let's see here. If you're new to chat, which I saw a bunch of people come in, you need to click on the announcements, give that a quick read, just read through the summary of how the chat works. Basically, pre-market tickers on watch are what we're looking at this morning. I've charted out and given you the news on some of the things that we're watching. The FANG is all charted out below with all the pivot points in terms of support and resistance. So you can go through that. This is the actual action plan of each ticker, what we're going to be looking for and what we're going to be doing. Live chat room alerts is what you want to be watching, or options ideas, depending upon if you're an options or equity trader. Watch this live chat room alerts for the news and equity alerts. Options ideas is more options, obviously. Live chat questions is just questions. Do not watch this area. I would watch the other two because there's not really any good information here. If you're new to chat, like I just saw these people come in, Angel, Isaiah, Adonis, go to the email check and then place your PayPal email in that area so I can associate your name with the PayPal email because I'm going to be removing people later on today. So if you don't have that there, you'll be removed, and we don't want that. Anywho, let's go through the actual stuff that we're looking through for this morning. So if you click on the pre-market tickers on watch, you'll see CDNS, VXXX, TLRY, Logi, CAT, and MMM. Let's go through that list right there. CDNS had decent earnings. They had a beat and they had a raise of the guidance. It's probably one of the, well, it is the best earnings that basically occurred so far this morning. Watch for this 43.50 support. If this is unable to hold, you get a pull back to 42.50. I'm looking for basing at either this area or this area to take it long. Once you get basing, I think this will pop back towards the 44 area, maybe even get back to 45. If this pushes on the open towards 45, 45.50, look for topping, short it back down towards that 43.50. Let's go through the next one, VXX, and I got to bring up the SPY alongside of it. I would love to get a pop on the SPY this morning. That's what I'm thinking. Pop on the SPY this morning towards 272, 272.38, retest that 50 EMA. I want this to pull back down to the bottom of the range, 36.72 to 36.30, and I want to grab it long down there on topping on the market. We'll see if it holds or not.
He'll go over CGC and TLRY football.
40 level is the big support on the market. If that area breaks, we got room to go down. So, you know, we may not get a bounce this morning and we may just get a pull through that level. If that's the case, you're going to see the VXX and UVX TVIX pop.
And setting up all my charts for TOS again, and realize that I'm on a live account,
that doesn't
not
hold.
paper.
This will push. You know, play it inversely with the spot. Remember, guys, be quick with the VIX. It's not something you want to hold when you're playing it. You want to be in and out on the pops. Not something you want to be holding. One sec, John. I'll send it to you right now, boss. No, you can't hear me. Next two I'm going to be looking at are Tilray, and we're going to be looking at Logi. So Tilray continuation from yesterday to the downside. 103 is your big support level on the daily. If that 103 breaks, you got room to $96. If I was you guys and you're in puts, I'd be covering or selling some of those puts on the open and then holding the rest. If this 103 holds, expect to bounce back towards 113. This thing does like to bounce big when it does hold supports. So watch that 103 level. It's going to be tested, in my opinion, on the open, and we can see what happens with it. Logi, look for a pull towards that 35.30 level. I don't think, you know, the earnings weren't really that bad. I'm looking for a pull on the open towards 35.30, 35, and then look for basing at that area. You see basing, it's going to pop back towards the 36.50, 37 spot. So watch for that. Caterpillar will look for a pull towards 116.50 this morning. And if that 116.50 support holds, you should get a bounce back into the 120s. I'm thinking we see some basing and then a pop. The earnings were, you know, okay, but not great. And that's why I believe it sold off. It's been smashed into earnings as well. So watch that 116.50 spot. It has to hold for the bounce to occur. And I think that that's probably the best way to do it risk reward wise. Is play it off of that 116. Wait for basing before you touch it long. Guidance was bad. Stock had broke a massive range to the downside, and the daily it's bear flagging now confirmed. So look for a bounce if you can get it towards the 188 spot. It may push into the lower 190s, 193, 194. I think any sort of bounce on this stock is going to be a gift. It should be an all-day fader, so look for topping and then short it back down. Simple as that. Guidance ain't good, so this thing should continue to sell off. Let's go to the FANG. Facebook has room towards 150.62 on the open. Market's breaking the 270.40 support, guys. I'm going to keep the SPY up here. So watch the market to continue to pull. It looks like it's going to continue to sell off here. I think the VIX is going to pop on the open. So watch the VXX, watch TVIX, watch UVXY. So Facebook has room to 150.60 level. If you see that level get tested on the open, watch for support there. If it does break, you'll pull back into the 149s, but that is a significant support level. So I'm going to be staring at it on the open. Let's go through Apple. Oh, it's going to be get out probably, Jen, or short or grab some puts on it as well. Most likely probably grab puts and then look to get out of the long. I'm small size on it, so I'm not too concerned, but we'll see. Apple, 215 is your big support, 215.30 actually. If 215.30 breaks, you will go towards 214. So watch that area, 215.30. If this is able to hold, you get a bounce back towards that 216 spot, 216.50. If that breaks, you get a push towards 217.50 to the upside. Doesn't look good. I mean, Apple did break the range and the 50 EMA to the downside. There's a little bit of support on the daily there, but just be cautious with it. I wouldn't be playing the bounces on things. Don't be picking bottoms. Don't fight the trend. Amazon breaking the 1752 spot, 1730 area, 38, 1741. This is your support area. If this doesn't hold, it'll have more room to the downside to the 1720s. So watch that area on the open. You may get a bounce off of it. I'm just looking at the market. It's testing the bottom Keltner channel, so there's a little bit of support here. We'll see if it holds or not. Interesting. Very interesting. We'll see. Let's take a look at Google. So on Google, basically what we're looking at is this 1088 support. If that breaks, you got room to 1076. 1088 support holds, you can push back towards the 1095 level. Google's not something I've been playing just because the range is so super tight. I'd probably avoid that one with the fact. Netflix, watch the 316 support test on the open. That holds, you get a bounce back towards the 320s.
ALKS.
Simple as that. 322, if you retest that on the open, that's your resistance. If that holds up, you'll see a pullback into the 318, 317 spot.
All right, let me know what you guys think when you check out the chart.
What ticker? ELKS?
Take a look, Mitesh. Mitesh is in NVDA puts.
So
I'd cover half of them, Mitesh, because you are coming into support right there, 221. And then if that breaks,
it's on a weekly downtrend, a little bit more room bearish unless it pops.
15 spot.
It's not moving. So there's no volume.
Definitely take some off the open because you're coming into support, but hold the piece because if it does break, you got a lot more room. Hard to say what will happen. If the market bounces, obviously you're going to get a bounce on NVDA as well.
There's just no volume behind them, and it's like, oh, this thing.
I pick losers. I'm still long on AYTU. It's a spec play. I hold spec plays for a while. Okay, what else we got here? Any opinion on Hog? Let's take a look. I won't add until it starts pushing. I don't add into losers. It's a good way to lose money in this market, especially. That's one thing, guys. You can't be adding into anything. If you're wrong, you're wrong. Get out of it. You can always buy it lower and wait for basing. So people get destroyed. Nothing wrong with taking stop losses. $39.63. So Hog, it's got a big double bottom there you're coming into. So watch that 37 spot. If it holds up, you get a little bit of a bounce towards the 38.50 spot. I'm not a fan. I think that, probably will break that area. And if it does, you can get continuation on the sell-off. Buy or sell TRPX all-day fader. They're being bought out. So no, it's not going to go anywhere, boss. Steven OZK. Yeah, watch it below 25. It should pull towards 23 all-day fader. That's kind of your line in the sand. There's your cat bounce. As noted, I mean, the risk reward for this one's to the upside, so that's why I like it. Watch the SPY, guys. Just, that's what we want to be looking at on the open. I would give it a few minutes to set up, see what it wants to do, because it's sitting literally on the support level, and it has bottom Keltner support, etc. I still think you should, wait for some topping on the SPY. I think we do bounce this morning, and I'm looking for a pullback on the VIX. So that's kind of my thought process. I'm gonna wait, a few minutes, let it set up, and then decide what I want to do. There's no rush, guys, to get into positions today. Again, like South Beach said, you're going to be volatile, so reduce size, and we'll see what happens.
I'm not watching tops today.
I'll probably exit them, trade green, or grab puts on Roku. We'll see what the market does on the open, but those probably will not work. Did I say anything about Square? I did not. Let's take a look though. You break the 72.50 spot, you get continuation lower towards $69. The professor. So that 72.50 is your line in the sand. That's your support area. If you're going to be trading options this morning, guys, if you're going to be trading options, wait 15 to 20 minutes. There's going to be a lot of premiums on everything.
Yeah, this is him. This is his live chat room.
Hey guys, if you don't understand what we're saying when we're talking about premium, careful trading options, okay? Because everything got a lot expensive, more expensive because of what's going on with the VIX, as well as the price action in the underlying market itself. Right? So something that would have cost, let's say, $2.50 today may cost you over $3. It's these type of opportunities where you want to look to sell the premium. So that's why call spreads are good. Something that you can go short against on the premium side is what you want to be looking to do. Amazon, Google, all of them will be incredibly expensive right now. Right? If you don't understand this concept, just do the underlying stock, please. Okay? Cheers.
Okay, guys, watch the MMM on open. Again, if you can get it to 194, 196, look for topping, short that thing. All day fader, in my opinion. I think CAT will bounce towards 122-ish. We'll see how much it's got in it.
Beat stocks are crashing.
Tilray is at 103, guys. So watch that 103. If it breaks, you know you're going to 96. If it holds up, you can bounce towards 113. It's a lot of room. Watch the VXXX to pull back this morning. Okay, there we go. So look for this MMM for any sort of topping this morning, guys. We should get a pullback. I think this is a gift. The little bounce there, it should get a pullback. All day fader. Just looking for that topping to occur. Again, guys, you don't have to take positions right off the open. You can wait a little bit just to see how things set up. Tilray broke the 103. It's testing it right now. If it does not reclaim within like 2 minutes, I think it.
All right, you guys will get about 5 minutes Spartan video. I'm currently trying to still set up my.
As the market is retesting the
sink or swim
40 level.
So that'd be pretty boring for you guys to watch.
Let's flip to Logi. This is one that I think would be a good off the bottom Logi, guys. Risk a point on it. Starter size. Basing is the key on this one on the open, and then we can get it a little bit of a pop. I like it. Watch your Tilray here. 103 is trying to be held. If it holds, guys, it will bounce. Spreads on it are kind of ridiculous, so just watch that area. So we're looking for CAT to bounce towards the 122 area. It needs to break that 120.41 spot. Watch the MM. Again, I'm just waiting for topping on that thing to take it down. Scalping a little bit of Tilray right now. Looking for a push towards the 110, 113 spot.
Oh yeah, I bet gold's doing well.
Not going to get too crazy on it. Just quick money on it. It's holding the 50 EMA on the daily. That's That's the big level.
Apple pulling back.
Selling some at 105.65. Put my stops at 104 for now. I'm not going to give it much room. Come on. There we go. 106.
What are you in, J-Node?
106.
Yeah, there goes J-Node.
Let's see if I get a little bit more here.
Most of the fangs going long, making new highs.
Put your stops on Tilray at 104.50. 104.50.
Looking at cash
for
$110 at the moment. Some others are flick
Stops
through.
104.50 for
not
now.
easy in the first 5.
We sell
5 minutes or
a
so.
little bit more at this 107 spot. Stops are at 105.20.
I'm cautious after yesterday. I want to get a couple wins under my belt.
Come on. Pop one more time for me. Looking for 110 here, guys. That's it. Stops are at 105. Looking for 110. Bingo. Come on. Go, go, go. There we go. There we go. And we are good to go. Yes. 110.
Currently, I'm trying to set up all my...
There we go. Sold the entire position. All out. I'll post the trade.
Got it.
There we go. Quick, whatever. I don't even know what that was. What, 5 points? Something like that? Okay. Oh, there we go. So let's go through another one. This has a little bit more room to bounce, 113. I'm just going to lock it in as it goes. Not going to be holding positions too long today, guys. Just in and out of things. Watch the SPY. It's holding up that 104 spot, or sorry, 270.40 for now. Yeah, don't be holding that Tilray, guys.
All right, I'm gonna. You guys will still get audio from Spartan, but I'm gonna shut down the video in about 2 minutes.
Just lock it in and then move on. Watch the market here. I'm just waiting now to see what the SPY wants to do. There we go. 270.40 is bouncing, guys. Watch the rest of the FANG to do the same. There's my Tilray trade if you want to see it. Good karma. October in a minute. Nice job. Good karma. Good stuff. So let's see here. Okay. Just watching the FANG, guys. If you do want to bounce Amazon, watch it off the bottom there. Again, stay nimble on these things. Don't be overstaying on anything. Okay. Let's see what else we got going. I like this Logi, guys, off the bottom. Like I said, just you risk a point on it. That's it. Watch the VXX to pull back a little bit. I'm scalping a little bit of Facebook off the bottom here. Logi, look for that 37 spot test. I'm going to flip this over to this. There we go, so you can see it.
If you guys aren't listening on...
Watch the market, guys. Get above 271. We should bounce more.
If you guys aren't listening on
53 would be nice. Watch MMM to continue
headsets.
To,
I've got
push towards
Spartan on the right ear and this one on the left ear. That way you guys
That's where I want to look to grab it short.
helps organize the sound a little bit better.
Facebook went right off the 150.60 level. Real nice. This one should continue to bounce, and then we can look for topping and fade it. Are the ships moving? No, not really. I don't see anything in that regard.
Somebody's calling Plague running.
Of course it is.
Wow. That Tilray worked to a penny. Okay, I'm going to sell some Facebook here, guys, into the 152 level. 152.50. Put my stops at 151.50 on it. Give it a little bit of room because the market is crossing the pivot to the upside. Again, this is the little bounce I've been talking about. This is what I've been looking for this morning. 272.38. That's what we want to see. Stay, you know, guys, it's just, you know, markets like this, I get it, it's exciting, blah, 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 blah. Maybe a little bit of scary. Just stay calm. You won't make mistakes. Play the charts. Pretend you don't know what the ticker is. That's all you got to do.
Citron is long Tesla, guys.
What?
No, that's what they just said. Citron is long Tesla.
Citron is into earnings?
That's what the earnings are tomorrow. That's his call, not mine.
He's long into earnings. Wow. Okay.
Sell.
Let's. Well, I can go to. It's got room to 281. That's the one thing. If they do well on earnings, this thing can squeeze back into the 300s pretty quick. But that's a straight up gamble by.
I'm short 300.
Obviously.
So am I.
Watch your cat, guys, off the bottom there. Again, what the area that needs to break is that 120, and then you'll get a little push to 122.50. You're getting a little bit of topping on so watch that 188. If it holds below that area, we can take it short.
Everything's down right now. It's probably stupid to go long.
Long on anything?
Watch your Tilray towards 113, guys. It's holding back above the 110. It can push.
Yeah, I tried McDonald's, but she was suffering there.
$113 is where it's got room to.
J-Dub's lagging. I might get into it depending on what that does.
And there you go, 113 to the penny. Nice stuff. Yeah, I would avoid that Tesla, guys. I don't think it's a good play.
Cat's not testing lows. I don't
really like left anyway. Watch the SPY, guys. We got rejected at the 271 pivot point. Tight stops on all the FANG if you are playing.
Hey Skylar, when I try to send an order in TOS, how do I add another order inside that? Like,
let's see what else. I'm just watching the VIX, guys. We did see a nice amount of selling off the open.
And either do
just kind of looking to see if the volume comes back in or comes out. The market's still
I can do
holding the
bracket.
pivot
So
point
where's
to the upside.
that thing at?
Keeps retesting it and
underneath
flirting
the
with it.
quantity.
I still think, 270, 220, 270, 250
Says
on the
templates,
bounce.
says single. OCO, trigger with bracket.
If you guys are in Tilray, don't overstay your visit.
McDonald's.
It's got a little bit more room to 115 above that 113, but I think other than that, you don't want to hold it for too long. There's a little small one that PLAG is running. I'm not going to chase this thing, so just be careful with it if you are chasing. RGLS, another small one.
Can you create your own advanced orders? Advanced orders?
Yeah, if you don't do auto send, yes.
The Bev coming up off the bottom as well.
Click OCO and nothing else comes up.
Well, CDNS worked pretty much according to plan, which is great.
You have to actually do the order.
Watch the 45.50 spot. Again, I think they're going to lean into things that are supposed to be strong today. So I would expect this one to see continuation.
Taking a partial on Tesla.
Your Tilray guys, continuation off the bottom there. If you guys want to scalp Tesla, it does have room to 281, like I said, on the daily. Just be very careful with it. Momentum's coming in. That's the only reason why I would like it. I don't like the left call. Just he's being followed with momentum. Oh my goodness. I'm grabbing some 40 calls on CGC.
Nice long on Tesla. LRY long.
At options. This is cheap down here, in my opinion.
Cat finally taking a partial.
Watch your Tilray to 115, guys. You're done for the day, LT? Get out of here. Well, I mean, paper trade or something. Watch your MMM, guys. Again, 193, 194. That's where you want to see the topping occur. Yeah, I picked up some 40 calls on CGC, John.
IQ short. Yeah, it's hard to borrow.
All right, guys, I'm going to sell the rest of my Facebook to this 153 spot.
Come on, Tesla. You can do it.
Thank you.
Here we go.
I'll hold a little bit, actually. I like it. I got a pretty good position on it. But that, it is hitting the 50 EMA intraday, so I'm going to sell half of the position on Facebook, hold the rest. Stops on Facebook will be at we'll go 151.90 actually on it. This is quarter. My stops are right here, and I'll just move them up as it goes because I do think that there's a nice opportunity down here for continuation. That is.
Only 50 shares left in Tesla. $800 trade.
If it breaks 38, George, I'll get into those calls on CGC. I'm just going to let it breathe.
Keep on doing it.
It's pulling back off the 50 EMA a little bit. That's it. I think below the 40 spot opportunity.
Short hog. See if she can break. Tesla's pushing, dude.
I'm smashing it with Tesla right now. Entry was 269. And that was even a little late.
Cool. Wait till 35.30 Ocean on Logi. You gotta wait for the actual basing to occur. I know it's not really basing yet, still below the 13, etc., etc. Downtrend from the pre-market, but I'll be watching it. Yeah, that TTMP, decent volume, 2 million in the last couple minutes there. Watch the TBIX, guys. Watch the UVXY. Watch everything. Seeing the market getting rejected at the pivot point. I don't see too much money flowing into the VIX just yet. I want to pop it back up on this side so you can see it. Volume's still light. So not sure that bounce is done just yet. Guys, if you're in Tilray, you want to be selling into that 115 spot like we talked about. Not the entire position, but majority, because that is the 50. Nice bounce, though, on that thing.
Come on, cat.
I'm going to get... My Facebook is going to be stops at 152.20 now on the rest of Facebook.
Down there, Hog. Still pushing.
I don't think we're ready to break down here, guys. I think we're still going to go higher and get to that 2 plus on SPY, okay?
Yeah, Beth, I agree. You see the volume on the VIX, it's just nothing's coming in.
Exactly. It's not set up yet. I think they're going to continue to squeeze this, and then it'll roll over later.
I'm going long some IGC, guys. Long IGC stops at $2.15. Just so you guys know. I like the extension on the daily. I don't know. See if it works. I think the risk reward's fine off the bottom there. Spy, spy, spy. What the spy breaks 272.50. Where do you see it going? The big level is 272.20. If it breaks there, it goes to 273.50, which is the 50 EMA on the weekly on the spy. Hey Beth, I'm taking a position for a swing in TAHO as a minor off the bottom there. We'll see if it works, but I think the risk reward's great off the bottom.
I'm on Tesla.
One to watch today, guys. BTBT. Raph was letting me know on, I believe it was Sunday, that they are going to be having a conference tomorrow, presenting some data. So it's
TLRY is coming up to resist.
Noting
Tesla's.
Nice job on PLAG as always, Pony.
Might push through. Pretty cheap right now, all things considered.
You're really muffled.
Well, damn, does that help a little?
That's much better.
Tillery trying to push through. Tesla's trying to. We'll see.
What?
Enter Tesla at 269. That's a freaking badass trade right there.
Kind of just being patient here, guys. I'm in Facebook long. I'm in CGC long for day trades right now. See what they do.
Come on, Tillery. I don't want to bail.
I'm thinking the market should hold up, but we'll see. Take a look at PYX down here. This is another marijuana related that breaking the downtrend, it can have a nice little bounce. Your stops would go at $27. Give a point.
Thank you.
So you're in Tesla long?
Yep. 269.33 to be exact. Got a bad fill, but
oh yeah, IGC is another one I'm long. IGC.
I got a bad
CGC.
fill on that one at 275.20.
I'm grabbing CLVS down here.
You're in it still?
Yep. Partial.
Sorry guys, I'm not talking much. I'm
push now.
Setting up my charts and everything.
It's too cheap.
Found one.
Yeah, I'm looking.
It's helping me out a lot to have multiple stocks to watch.
I had a limit order trigger at $20.04 apparently.
Oh wow, super cool. Well, you're going to do a lot better than I am on that one. I've been looking for some sort of bottoming here. You see, PTLA is holding up really well.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Tesla. Make my day.
Must have put this up before. Trying to grab it off the 20s, but I'm in CLBS as well. That's not a day trade, that's a swing.
Yeah, Plaid got halted like 1,000 times yesterday. It's gonna happen. It's only got like 300 shares float or 300,000 float.
It's not ruin this.
You gotta be careful with it.
Guys, it should bounce more.
No Ajax because I had a terrible Monday and Tuesday last week. but I'm getting close week. But I'm getting close.
My Facebook stops to about 130.
Short 100 on her.
There she goes, new low. I still don't know how far it's gonna fall.
Watch your CORV. It's another small one that's trying to make a little bit of a run here. CORV. If you guys are in PYX, take the money as it pops towards the 129 plus area. Small one there. As you see, yeah, it's got room to 281 newbie on Tesla. It's right here, the spot. You can see it on the daily, right up there. 282, sorry, 282.
Luke, quit.
The money's coming into the VIX now, Beth. I'm just watching it.
Yeah, I'm seeing it too. I grabbed some SPY puts. I don't think it's going to break yet. To be honest with you, the SPY, I think we're still lots of time. It's not even 10 o'clock. So I think it's going to be a little cat and mouse game right now.
But there's also a chance we have margin selling between and around 11 and again 2. 11 o'clock will tell us what's what. But
better be quick.
We'll see.
Get stuck.
Better be quick. Oh, I hate Tilray right now. I was up, now I'm down.
All right, I'm stopped out of the rest of my Facebook in the money.
Forgot one of the reasons I switched to trading view papers because I can short anything. I can't short TLRY.
CGC calls. Watch your VIX guys. Whichever one you want to play. VXX, UVXY, blah, 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 blah. Beth, what puts are you in? 270s?
No, I'm actually 265s right now. I was in 275s and 270s, and right now I'm in 265s. Just following the money.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay. The Richmond manufacturing number came in. They were looking for 25. It came in at 15. Guys, we're going to have, I wouldn't be surprised if they raise rates in December and that's it. This economy, these guys got it so wrong. It's not, it's almost laughable how little they got. So the economy's in kind of sort of very soft. Okay, so they got
money and run on Tesla.
Yeah, they did. That actually will also help gold too. TLT, I'm long TLT calls. I'm in gold now, so all of these will help those two areas right now.
Cyclicals would be the worst off in that situation.
269 entry, shit.
Cyclicals.
Oh, yeah, you're good.
Dude, yeah, that's $1,000. That's more than $1,000 for me.
Yeah, 100 shares.
Is MMM ready, Tim?
Initially bought 250.
Yeah, it's looking like it's going to be bear flagging here. If you do grab it, what we want to do is wait for this 187,
50 right
187.12 spot to break. Put your stops above 189. You got to give it a little bit of room.
Still nursing long cat. Still nursing long Tilray.
But where do you see these pot stocks bouncing to, like PYX? Where are you looking for that one to go?
You're still in cat.
29-ish, maybe a little bit more.
Small size.
Again, I just think they're little. I just think their bounce is
coming down.
We'll see if they hold up or not. Okay. I think CGC is an opportunity down here.
Yeah, I agree with that. Of them all, I agree with that one the most.
The SPY
coming down the lows
for the Whartons, $40.40 American.
Right, exactly.
Well, I got to check what it would be now with the
How many stocks do you watch at one time, Skyler? 6 or 9?
Same spot. I think it was around 1.
I used the 9 though.
Those 270 puts, Beth's in
4, and I'm short Netflix at the V1.
Or what? Sorry, what were they, Beth? 269s? My mistake.
I'm in 275s, I'm in 270s, and 265s.
Made $24 on Netflix.
Just so you guys know, I'm gonna put that in the
100 shares. I'm up $125. Cat doing some powerhousing right now. Come on, baby. $240 on 100 shares Netflix.
Damn.
I'm making new lows.
Market looks real heavy, guys. If you're in the VIX, VXXX, UVXY, blah, 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 continue to hold.
Oh, man.
Once it breaks through the top, I'm going to be selling most of the VXXX. It worked right to the plan.
Yeah,
We got our bounce on the SPY. We pulled to the range, and now we're getting our push. Literally exactly what we're looking for. You should be selling into the highs here on VXX, guys. Again, don't be fishing for bottoms. You have to wait for basing on things if you want to go long.
Check out IQ. It's got decent R&R, about to break VWAP.
Yeah, I can't short it. I tried to short it a long time ago. I have to open up my other account.
Okay, sell some VXX, sell some UVXY, sell some TVIX. I'd be selling a little bit of your SPY puts because we are testing the bottom Kettler on the market. Just sell a piece into there. Sell a piece into there.
BA still has a short.
See what we can do.
Testing VWAP right now.
Stops in the money, guys. Throw stops at about 37.42.
I'm gonna wait for Netflix to build flat.
The market on SPY, where do we got room to? That 269.61 spot, if that does not hold, we go to 268.43. Z2 35.30 is your first support on Logi. If you're probably shorting it, I'm assuming cover a piece into there and then hold the rest. Just use the trend, move stops down. With the market this week, you'll probably break through it. Okay, guys, here's your support on the SPY.
Spartan scene support.
You are selling a piece into this area, guys. Support on the SPY right here.
60.
Sell some puts.
I'm good with that. All my short's done now.
X. Hold the rest. Oh yeah, baby.
Still riding Tesla long.
That's at your 116 support DMM. I'm actually watching it for a long. If it holds up this area,
still in that
I'll grab it.
Morning.
But again, I'm not going to touch it unless there's basing.
Mm-hmm. What are you trading, Yossi?
You know, it's a don't fight the trend type of day. Use your EMAs, guys. That's the one thing I got to say. When you get days like this, this is where you want to defer to your EMAs.
Like, you hope you have your good day today.
The trend, then you should.
Yeah, day, dude. Meh. Good, had some good trades and a couple of bad trades. So.
Nice job, PSK.
Good, but it wasn't
yeah,
bad.
I think should be an all-day fader. I mean, guidance is bad. Check out the daily. This thing is ugly as heck.
Now.
I mean, we got a massive. Let's go to the weekly, actually.
Coulda, woulda, shoulda.
Look at that massive
Weak
bear
fingers,
flight on the
dude.
weekly.
Got scared.
Guidance bad.
Oh yeah,
no
you're flirting with the devil on that one.
I mean, realistically.
Still holding cat.
What do you think?
173.
Hopefully, yes.
No.
Oh, come on,
within a couple weeks.
I was for a long time, but
Let's go.
There goes Netflix. I missed
went
it.
to take a partial. You know.
So sell a quarter of the VXX, hold the rest. SPY should have room to 268.40 below that 269.60
about
level.
10 minutes ago. They
Stay calm.
it, so
Use your EMAs.
Forward.
Don't fish for bottoms.
Interestingly enough, this Apple is holding up right now. So if SPY continues to sell off, you would expect Apple to crack and break below that 215. So keep that on your radar, guys, because that could be a nice little opportunity on the downside.
Yes, Mav, it did. Yep. It just dipped below.
Breaking the 50 on the weekly for the SPY. Major short.
Watch that Amazon, guys. Looking really heavy. What do you have on the downside for Amazon there, Houghton?
I was not expecting it to pull this much. But it's got room, Beth. I mean, realistically, 1600s.
Yeah, that's what that's my put spreads are into the 1600s. I'm looking at it. What the hell?
DMM, what's the difference between fishing for bottoms and basing? Fishing for bottoms would be when you get an extension and you get a break of a parabolic trend to the downside. That's when you would go to take a longer fish for the bottom at that point. It has to be some sort of technical signal to give you a reason to go long. Basing is when you actually see it slowly stop selling off and then curl up. Nope, still in them.
I'll get into it here.
I'll let you know if I exit them. I pick losers.
$3M continues.
Not yet, DMM, but it's starting to on that 116.50 support. Starting to.
Hell, even gold's coming down.
Amazon's a little extended. DMM, I'll show you what basic looks like. Let me just find a chart.
Yeah.
Nice one.
And I'm out of Tesla. Yeah, I'm short MMN at 189.80. What, 88.89.
Perfect cup and handle.
Take a look at this.
All right, guys, you'll get about 5 to 10 more minutes of Spartan voice.
See this DMM? How it pulls down.
I'm gonna
and
short
starts
Netflix
to make
at
basically the same lows.
bases.
That's basing. It takes a while. It takes a couple, probably like 20, 30 minutes. 30 minutes to 60 minutes. But that's what you want to see, something like that type of price action. Make sure your stops are set on the VXXX, guys. SPY is holding up the 269.60 support and bottom Kettler support. Let me show you.
Laptop
set up.
Right here.
Yeah, that Apple doesn't want to go down, guys. That's going to hold up the SPY at least for a short term.
$216.50 is the support on Apple that it needs to get back above.
I just don't think SPY breaks until Apple breaks, guys. I mean, that's just how it works normally.
Absolutely agree with you. Yeah.
So be patient. We've done well so far. Chill until we get the next setup. Okay? Please and thank you.
I just got stopped out the rest of the VXX. I will revisit. So your cat is actually starting to base DMM. Got to get another 10 minutes, I think, down here. But if you want to grab it, you would risk just below the lows now. Small size, small size. Hey guys, on your MMM, sell some here. I mean, not sell some, cover some here at the bottom range of 185 and hold the rest. Okay, Z2, your Logi's at 35.30. I want you to cover some into this area. If VXXX gets back to the highs, I will scalp. The market's looking still heavy. The only thing it has going for it is a little extension and the bottom Kettlers.
You in scale?
But I don't like the fact that the VXX is getting buying, so we probably should pull back to 269.
And Nvidia short.
If that occurs, 268.40 is where we go to. If you're holding puts, remain holding those puts.
And MMM short.
If Apple breaks lows, 214, Raj, is what I see on it. 214 is the daily support level. Yeah, no worries. Tony, if you're not holding puts on the SPY, what is a good place to enter? I would wait for a bounce towards the 269.60, 269.70 level again, and then a rejection off of that level. 268.40 is where the SPY goes to. Good morning, all. Come on and break. I want to see this MM go to 181. S350, it has room to 23. Let that thing fade.
Yeah. Cat failure again. Continue.
No problem.
SPY making new lows.
268.40, my friends.
Yeah, I'm still holding strong. Nvidia short working. MU still pushing. Shit, Tesla would have been a good short too. I just
TZA is
no, I'm not short anything, Yossi. I wish I was.
I didn't even try on
my computer's lagging a lot.
Some of your puts into that area.
It's because I'm streaming and I've got so many charts up.
Depends on the day.
Yeah.
I've got to get my laptop set up and stream off my laptop
We have
though.
some divergence going on right now with the VIX and the SPY. As the SPY is making new lows, the VIX is not making new highs. That is a divergence.
Just realized I'm at the.
Logi breaks here. Looks like
I'm gonna need another mic.
34. Otherwise, flipping has good risk reward. No support really though. Yeah, 35.30 is support right now. Z2. That's what you need to hold under. If it holds up, I'm gonna be taking a long off of it. There's your VIX to new highs, Beth.
It sucks.
It was up to
Spencer.
66, the VIX.
Yeah, I should probably start taking my Claret and stuff. Sinus infection around.
What the heck? I don't see that on my chart.
Yeah, pre-market I saw it at 24.66.
Check my report.
Oh shit! I forgot to turn off. No. All right, so you guys will still be listening to the Discord audio, but I will be hosting Spartan tomorrow at 1 p.m. in the afternoon. If you guys want some afternoon plays. And then next Tuesday again. So every Tuesday I'll be hosting them in the morning. Still don't know why my video is black and white. NS. That's what I was watching. Getting to the end of its triangle right now. It's just kind of mid-range. Not long or short right now. Check out Kron. Could be.
Looks like it is on SSR. Careful with that one. That's a good call though.
CGC short. Down right now. Just broke VWAP.
Also on SSR too. Damn.
Why they're all doing the same.
When did you guys get into cat?
Which time?
Oh. Can you walk me through all your plays with it so far?
It could take an hour. Maybe a couple of times.
You asking about cat or are you asking about MMM?
Cat.
Could have took it at the top of pre-market resistance, 120. Or about 10 minutes into the market open, big red candle break and retest it. So you're sick and you went to the gym, Spencer? I don't even do that shit. Yeah, I can work sometimes. As long as you don't totally exhaust yourself, then you can actually get sicker. Ready to touch anything right now.
Yeah, I'm just watching.
Is this a market pullback, or is it going to reverse like it did yesterday?
That's the question.
Right now.
Yeah, it's pulling back again. Let's see the post and scripts.
Said we need to see it.
Did you guys see it? It's, I think it looks like a Bollinger Bands, but I think it's ATR. Realized ATR.
Leg, you are green, right?
I'm flat, dude. Sadly.
I think I might just call it for my $22.
I had some good trades, but then fucked up on Nvidia, had Netflix. Trades were not as good as they could have been. Well, there's cat and free ammos in, but I let them go back on me.
Are you seeing failure on the SPY, Skyler? Not pulling back.
I feel like it's not pulling back too, but man, it's anybody's guess, dude. I mean, we've pretty much raced all of the gains from last year already.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, 401ks are not happy.
Yeah, it looks like. I had a terrible Monday and Tuesday last week, Jay. Kind of cautious today. Kind of leery Market's so crazy volatile.
Holy shit, McDonald's ran like a bitch, dude.
Yeah.
Would you try and short it?
I was in long, dude.
How did you not make money on that?
Because I'm a fucking retard. Excuse my French. I came out on that big red candle at 9:38.
Check out Logi, L-O-G-I. It's set up right now. It's just retested, breaking the trend for a short.
All execution, dude. All execution. I went in. I was long at, actually. I was long at 172-ish. Didn't lose money, but should have held it for much longer.
Taking a starter on Logi.
I'm back short cat at the top of this last little blip up.
Just wait, Tony.
Wish TOS had a average line.
I think you can put one on there.
How do you do that?
That's going to take some research, sir. But I've seen people with charts that have them.
Does anybody have a study that shows your average line?
My chances are like, you fucking kidding me again?
I don't see a problem.
Wow, that was weird. There's numbers and does not match.
This is real time sim or Tim.
New high McDonald's. Look at that shit. Jesus.
Wow.
He's pushing hard. Look at that. Cool in a minute. Let's see what that does to it.
Yeah.
Tesla's coming back for its retest a high. Spy basing, starting to make higher lows. No. Well, I'm in Ricky's Learn Plan Profit, but as far as association, other than I have an affiliate link now. How'd he do today?
PCG might be an interesting chart just to take a look at.
Tesla getting to the end of its triangle.
Oh, PCG is a nice chart.
Mm-hmm. Looks like it's on its way down and it's shortable. A hard fucking crash.
Yeah, I'm back to TOS. TOS's orders are so fucking complicated, but they're, I can watch more stocks with this one, and the charting, the windows are just better. Logi short going. Yeah, this market's crazy right now. Probably a good move.
Ooh, our GLS is getting a lot of volume for some reason.
Yeah, I know a lot of people are watching that today. Look at that gap it's got to fill too.
Jesus. Oh. Our GLS is popping. Wow. Our GLS about to break 260 possibly.
Drip is. Oh yeah, wow, oil is going.
PCG still on the way down.
That's a nice run. Coming up to the 200. I might watch oil. Tesla's starting to fail.
Yeah, she got to get below that 275 mark.
Netflix is all over the place. Check out the daily on drip. Oil's all bullish.
Wow.
Logi coming down. Anybody take that?
No, I didn't.
TTNP is killing it again today.
Yeah, Tim, I'm currently studying and trying to learn Spartan trading course. He is an EMA and momentum trader, a technical analysis trader. He's kind of like Ricky, but just more in depth, and he's been doing it for 15 years. I'm currently watching his chat room, who also has a 30-year options trader and an ex-hedge fund manager, and then also a 30-year equity trader and macro trader who used to run a hedge fund. So I'm just kind of learning everything I can from these guys.
It's about friggin' time.
And then I have a Discord community that I've created,
What was that?
where which is what you're hearing right now. These guys are talking in the Discord, and then I host every Tuesday. I host Spartan Trading in the pre-market, which is in the right ear, and then Discord's in the left ear.
They're going to be presenting at a conference.
And then tomorrow I'll also be hosting them around 1 o'clock.
In San Diego. That is the only news that I have.
I was just playing the chart, dude. Bought 2,000 shares.
Yeah?
$2.53. Just sold 1,000. A couple $100 is what it is.
Good job. Get it in this crappy market. SALT seems like it's about to hit a gap, a daily gap. You might want to try and fill it.
Dude, this thing is pushing now for sure.
Break that 270. Come on. Look at that volume. That's delicious.
Come on, give me a good winner.
Yeah, it's gone.
I need it to break out. It needs to get above this 273 and then above $3.
It's a great setup. Fire in your favor.
Yeah, let's see.
270. Going down now.
SALT is running too.
Thanks for watching, Tim.
Come on.
There you go.
There we go. Sold another 500. 500 shares left. Up $300.
Steady upward trend right now.
$50 on the day.
Very nice.
I'd say having 4 or 9 stocks to watch is definitely.
I think so. You can kind of see a little bit more.
MMM breaking uptrend. Got rejected off VWAP. Spot.
Flat.
Spies reversed. Double bottom.
Good.
Get through VWAP.
There you go. Get above 270. Come on.
Got stopped out of Logi.
DVAX. It is shortable. It is riding really high right now. DVAX running. Oh, this puppy's gonna fall. At 14, it looks like I'll have a 50-cent gap to fill. If we can reach that.
I guess.
Take a starter on drip here, long.
Flag running again. Big time.
Watch the halts on Plag.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay out of it, but it just moves way too much.
Drip has a fantastic R&R here. Long. Got like a 2-cent candle range. All the way back up to 80. 20 cent back up to 803.
Wow, that DVAX is running too.
I just don't like trading ETFs.
It's good on the technicals. mean, it's daily range. Got room up to the 200 SMA on the day. $9.
You still talking drip?
Yeah. In it right now with a light size. Yeah, I'm liking it.
PCG looks like it's on the way down. Oh yeah. Still shortable as well. It's been over the last 2 days. It's been on a consistent downtrend. It's about to touch the, what is this? SMA 200. If it does, it's got a long way.
I just don't know what to do today.
McDonald's downward trend.
Right, one of those days where you walk away.
That's what I've been doing, just sitting on my hands and watching. I just can't. I'm not pulling the trigger on anything.
Going everywhere. Tesla starting to make new lows. Might be curl.
See?
Skylar, is Triple M looking weak to you?
It's going to follow the SPY, dude.
It's an ETF, isn't it?
No, it's 3M. Oh, Snaptrick blew up his account. I knew he was going to do that.
What'd he do?
Dude, he was taking 2,000 and 3,000 shares of stuff yesterday.
Why?
Figure go home.
McDonald's crashing hard.
That go big or go home on like a 52-week high. Not a.
Yeah, trust me, I know.
Not yesterday.
Hey Skylar, check out McDonald's. It's looking like a good setup.
I'll never trade McDonald's out of moral principle.
ACRX just got a $9 price target buy rating.
ACRX.
Yeah, I've been swinging it for a few days, and I'm pretty much even right now. But
yeah, McDonald's is starting to crash hard, guys. She's it's 176.10. A little bit of a bounce pullback.
And weakness in Triple M and SPY's coming down.
It's going to follow the SPY. You just got to watch, though, because it's tried to come down several times and doesn't want to do it anymore.
McDonald's dropping, hit 176 even. That's a punch through it. Broke through 175, 94.
My Logi trade, my stop was too tight.
McDonald's crashing.
I'm in it.
That's right. Get it, Skyler.
What's the ticker?
I'm in
CD. Just not moving very much.
Damn.
up $60 on it.
That's a bull
one
run.
Caterpillar for the cross of the VWAP.
Let's see what she does. Yeah, she's going down. No, retest.
Oh, bro.
Retest. Oof. Yes, please. I mean, like looking at all the asks or all the bids. I don't know. You're right.
That's the case.
Yeah. Come on, break the 80. There we go. Oof. It's up $200 so far. She's got a long way to go down too. Hope this makes you guys some good money today.
Seeing resistance at 75 flat.
Everyone and their mother's selling right now.
I don't know about that.
Really? I mean, like, they had a really good quarterly or earnings report.
Yeah, but you got to think all the people that were long are probably going to take profits on the huge spike.
Oof.
This is probably just a profit-taking pullback. What's your exit, Skyler?
I already took a partial. I'll probably let the rest of it come back. Well, not all the way, but.
T60 spot, very. I'll give you guys.
WTI slowly creeping up.
That's pretty strong freaking buy right there.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I'd say that's a pretty strong base. You got a quarter. I mean, it's 175. Strong. Cat is coming back up to pre-market resistance. Up and handling. Watch it for basing. Might short it if it. Hey Skyler, can you check out Cat real quick? You see that volume of the day, how it's like cup and handling with the price action?
Come on, McDonald's.
What does that pattern usually signal to you?
Well, it looks like it wants to go long. But that being said, Dude, I don't trust anything right this minute, dude. It's like you're throwing grenades.
Yeah, McDonald's back on the way down. There's just a big cover.
Yeah, I didn't bail.
Good job.
Yeah, it looks like it's building a bear flag. Natural grass running.
Your main thing with Cat is it really needs up over that 120.58, 121-ish. Once it crosses over, it might fail. Got VWAP support.
Yeah. Feels like I'm watching paint dry today.
Yeah. There goes Cat trying to push again.
Sounds good. You guys gotta check this out.
McDonald's back on the way down.
I'm in full now on drip.
Covered it down there.
RGLS 277.
There goes Cat. If we can go 1 through 119.
Got some good movement on VS. It's range for 10 minutes.
Victor Sam?
Yes, VZ, sorry. Victor Zulu.
RGLS 280.
VZ's 52-week high earnings. Broke flag on the past 2 hours. I would have caught that earlier. Very nice long.
Yeah. Break of 57 would have been the ticket.
Damn, that's a really good trade right there.
There goes Cat. She can try and push.
Get a Cat.
Nice, Richard.
Look at that push.
Thank you, Cat.
Well, that's 71 cents, dude.
As long as the trend
Paper trading, you don't have to.
118,
There's lots of paper trading. TradingView or TOS.
I should have took that. That was stupid.
I've been in it since VWAP.
Long.
Yeah.
Nice. Good job.
You're in what leg?
Yeah. In 3M long as well. Not sure what's going to do.
There goes Cat.
I mean, it's going to struggle now. Maybe.
3M?
Cat. It's got to get through right here. It's got to cross. Then it can start to fill the gap. Yeah, that's a good trade off the VWAP leg.
Think so. Make up for all my other stupid trades today.
Hopefully you're making good money on that.
Need extra zeros, but I'm making money. I've got to work on a few things tomorrow. Tonight. The biggest problem is weekends, dude. Getting out too quick. I've got to size down or do something.
PCG's finding resistance 47.28 or support, excuse me, finding support. Wrong word. McDonald's just broke 175.50.
Still have some in McDonald's as well.
Yeah, so do I. I'm going to start covering some more of it here soon, though. It needs to go or it's not going to go. And we are shorting the freaking strongest stock in the market today.
Right.
Which ticker?
McDonald's. We're still in it short.
RGLS running.
It's actually got a bit of an upward trend there at the minute.
Come on. RGLS running, about to try and break 290.
I knew McDonald's was going to do that, dude.
Yeah, I'm out McDonald's before that. It's got an upward trend now.
Still seeing a flag.
Yeah, I'm holding a little bit, but it's every time it gets down here, it jumps.
Breaks.
And it's definitely got an uptrend.
Break 76 is probably reversed.
Cat failed.
Cat's struggling,
Yeah, this is where it's either got to get over or it's done.
Mm-hmm.
Cat going
Holding cat for the minute. I think she's got it in her.
Start to push guys here.
There you go. RGLS running 290 again.
You gotta stop that drip.
RGLS broke 290. It's going.
Yeah, I'm in at 284.
Good job.
Needs to get through $3 or it's not going to do nothing.
Yes, sir.
Boo.
Not really, Richard. I think I need to build a scanner for 52-week highs and just trade 52-week high breakouts. That's definitely my most profitable pattern instead of trying to trade bang and everything else, which I'm just getting killed on right now. I was doing good until the collapse.
Cat broke 119. Or, I mean, 120. It did it for a sec. So PCG is right at 200 SMA. If we can break it, it looks like it has a gap of about 50 cents to about $1 downward.
I'm gonna take Donald's long at 560. Sorry, 75.60. Stop just below the previous lows.
RGLS is kind of
Really?
Did you get it? Did you get filled?
Got in and instantly out.
Wow.
All right, it's PB&J time.
Facebook, patients on Logi, patients on PayPal, patients on the spot.
Come on, cat.
Yeah, she's struggling.
Yeah. There's a bunch of profit taking at 120. That's what happened there.
PCG still on the way down. 47.8 now.
VIRT is climbing. Looks like maybe a chance for a small profit.
Cat's done.
Yeah, so
Asshole. Well, that sucked.
give a lot of it back.
Yeah, I didn't take any partials. I was looking for it to break 120 and run, but
McDonald's at 176. Could not hold.
McDonald's was a freaking awesome long this morning.
nobody was looking at it.
No, and you didn't tell us.
I did.
There you go. RGLS broke $3. Ooh, it's running. Look like there's a little bit of pullback on PCG. cat just broke 310. Or not cat, excuse me. I mean RGLS. Well,
I've noticed it today. I trade the SPY here, you know.
Yeah, there goes here comes McDonald's probably.
for another delicious push-up.
$1,000 E2.
Finally, thank you for EM.
GBPX. Those nice retest shorts. Charlie Bravo Pilot X-Ray.
SENS. Looking good too. Just partnered with Aetna.
Check out that daily on CBPX. Volume still got plenty of room to go.
Yep. The volume's the problem, though.
What do you mean?
I just see it as not having enough.
It's gonna be slow, but
On the 200 right now. At least on the 1 minute.
I'm looking at the 3 minute and the 3 minute.
CDNS, that cadence. Go ahead, things moving.
McDonald's on the way down, it looks like.
And of course, I can't.
Is it hard to buy or hard to sell right now? HTB.
I was trying to short CBTX.
Oh.
Let's say it's easy to borrow.
My main side is the
Snap blew his account up trading TVIX.
What? T what?
EVIX.
What the fuck's that? The VIX again?
The fucking ETF. I told him to stay away from that shit. He ain't listen. He said I didn't know that was an ETF. I said I told you that the last time you did it.
Yeah.
And lost $200.
To the point he even said EFT.
It's probably the most dangerous and hardest ETF to trade.
Right? You're freaking trading a volatility index in like a hugely freaking down market.
He's shorting it.
I don't know. I think he took it long.
Sounds like he would have made a ton of money actually if he just didn't. He probably got margin called.
Yeah, he said that they just closed his account out.
Yeah, he probably could have made really good money. He's just.
And I told him about that too. I told him, I said, dude, you got a little account. You need to step it back and trade, 100, 200 shares if you want to go big. And he 2,000, 3,000 at MBEV.
What account? Did he have a Tradenet account?
Yeah, one of those intro accounts.
NVIDIA. I don't know how to gauge that stuff. I don't know. Yeah, it's pretty heavy. You might get a bounce here. At this rate, though, who knows? It could just keep going.
Messaged me over the weekend about opening a Tradenet account.
Yeah, he said he took the TVIX long, ran down, hit his total stop loss, and closed the account.
Here's the reversal and drips. Like I'm back to my original issue of being too early. McDonald's looking like it's wanting to go.
I'm sure RGLS at 295. Try and get in at 3, but
SPY breaking its bear flag.
And be careful on that RGLS, dude.
It seems to pop up every once in a while. Good call, Skyler.
I'm up $40.
Get it?
I get it, but be careful.
Yeah, I've got to stop it. More likely I'm going to. Got 500 shares.
I think you're going to do all right. I already made $500 on it to the long side. That's what you got to watch out for.
Stopped out green. $20. Almost not worth it.
You want to see my chart on it?
Yeah.
Gotta turn my
All right, guys, I'm gonna shut down the stream. I will see you tomorrow. I'll be streaming in the morning and then hosting Spartan afternoon. I'm still gonna probably sit in here for a little bit and trade. If you want to join or keep listening in, jump in the Discord, and we're in the live trading pit right here. Just live trading pit right here. Just join the voice channel, and you'll be able to listen in. Hope you guys had a good day trading. How'd you do, Zen?
Holding up.
Yeah. This is a rough time to trade, Ricardo. The cat's coming back up to retest. All my money I would have made on drip.
See how long ago I bought it, leg?
To the
I'm gonna try and blow it up a little bit. Hold on.